Hello, everybody on the Master Sha Tao Centres Toronto social media, Facebook page. Thank you so much for being here today. We have a very exciting experience, the power of awaken your spiritual channels. And it is my greatest honor and privilege to introduce to you one of our leading master teacher healer practitioners here at the Master Sha Tao Centres Toronto, and one of the leading teachers globally who really specializes in awakening your spiritual channels. He has personally trained and assisted in training over 6,000 soul healing practitioners all around the world. He is also author of Divine Joy and co-author of The Greatest Love, and also happens to bless us with his presence here at the Master Sha Tao Centres Toronto. So we are so grateful and we are so excited to have this time together tonight. And you're going to hear from some very special guests as well. So without further ado, let us welcome Francisco Quintero.
So thank you, Alexia. So happy to be here with each of you. Today, we're going to learn a little bit about awakening our spiritual channels. So take a moment to go say hello. I would love to know who is here live with us. So before I begin, I'm going to share with you a little journey that I started in awakening my spiritual channels. So about 20 years ago, let me even go back a little bit further. Ever since I could remember, even as a young kid, I remember having sort of intuitive feelings and knowing, like, just could feel what was going on in people's bodies, like in their emotions especially. So I would describe like these feelings that I knew, like there was kind of like that inner knowing. But I didn't have a word to describe my spiritual channels. I didn't have the understanding of what it meant to have your spiritual channels open. I didn't even know what a third eye was, but there was just that inner knowing, that intuitive feeling that you could sense. And then when I met Dr. and Master Zhigang Sha, this was in late 2001, I started now to understand what the spiritual channels were. And I started to learn the practices. I used the practices of Dr. and Master Zhigang Sha for self-healing. I was dealing with high blood pressure at that time in my late 20s. And then I started to work for my high blood pressure. So I knew something special was happening. And then I just became really fascinated with the teachings of Master Sha. And that journey rapidly opened my spiritual channels. Okay. I started to feel and I started to see with my third eye spiritual images. I started to hear messages from heaven. And that just began a whole new chapter in my life where I began to quickly open my spiritual channels using the techniques of Master Sha. And I'll just share one powerful experience. It was one of the most powerful experiences I had in opening my spiritual channels. We were learning something called soul language and soul language translation. It's one of your spiritual channels. It's the language of the soul. And you can learn how to translate the language of the soul to receive a message from a saint, an angel, a Buddha. We can learn how to communicate through this spiritual channel to gain wisdom. So I started to receive this training where we were practicing how to communicate with a saint, an angel, Buddha. So I was communicating with the medicine Buddha. So I was brought up Catholic, but I received this special message that I should try to get a message from the medicine Buddha and form a special connection. So right away, I was doing soul communication. I was communicating with the medicine Buddha to receive a message. He would guide me, support me. offer messages for different parts of my life, give me some guidance in my spiritual journey and whatnot. And I remember one day, I got a message, chant my name for 30 days. I was like, what? What's this? I was surprised. I got like a homework assignment. But I followed. I started to communicate with Medicine Buddha. It would guide my life. And I was very new to this at this time. I was even a little bit skeptical. So I locked myself in the room, put the curtains down, put even like a towel around the door if there was any light coming through. I wanted to see, was this real? Is there something really of such truth about the third eye? So I started to, my skeptical side came out, and I started to like notice, wow, I started to see light, flashes of light. It would go, and I would feel these flashes of light. That began the opening of my third eye, is to see the light from source, the light from divine, from these saints, angels, and Buddhas. And the light was just, so I started like, wow, there is actually something about this. I could actually feel, I could actually, sense that something was happening that was very special. It was very sacred, actually. So I began to continue doing these practices. After day 1, day 2, day 3, I thought something big was going to happen. But actually it was not. It was it was more like I was expecting like the Big Bang, like something spectacular, like something psychedelic was going to happen with my third eye, but it was not like that. But I could feel my heart opening. I could feel this presence of light that I was being showered with. And it was very fine, very gentle. And after doing practice for about an hour, then I would sit down and ask, dear Medicine Buddha, do you have a message for me? And then I would receive a message that would help me to guide my life. It was very beautiful. And I continued that because I heard, connect with me for 30 days. Day 3, day 4, day 15, and so on. And day 29, it was the same kind of feelings, same kind of sensations. But I was determined. I wanted to really open my spiritual channels. I was very excited, very fascinated by what was taking place, the messages I was receiving. When I first started, the first message I received was just one sentence. But with practice, that one sentence I received turned into 2. 2 turned into 3. And then in my journal, I saw my progression. It went from receiving a message, just one sentence, to a whole paragraph, to a whole page. And after even about 1 or 2 years, I even reached the point where a whole book, my book, Divine Joy, actually was flowed. I received the messages from Tao Source through me, through this channel, through my spiritual channels to write the book. So it was fascinating to see how my spiritual channels were progressing. So going back to the Medicine Buddha, on day number 30, I just felt, I actually started to, our spiritual channels. There's many spiritual channels. There's 4 major ones. There is the soul language channel, the language of the soul. We can learn how to translate. There's direct soul communication, where we can have a direct conversation with the divine Tao source. Or maybe we want to receive a message from one of our loved ones who has transitioned. That one's very, very powerful. There's the third eye, to see spiritual images in the soul world. And then there's something called direct knowing, where you instantly know answers to questions. But there are other types of spiritual channels, smelling, where you could smell like heavenly flowers. So on that day, on day number 30, I actually started to smell heavenly flowers. And at first, I didn't really believe it, to be honest, because there was a workshop I was going, and these people, I remember in the workshop, people were saying like, oh, I smell flowers, and this must mean that saints are in our presence, that we're in the presence of saints and Buddhas. And I was fascinated, but I was still skeptical. But on day number 30, when I was doing this practice, I started to smell these flowers that were just like the strongest flowers in my room. And I was remembering just like sniffing around, like, where is this smell coming from? Where is this coming from? It could not be my room. And I realized, I was like, wow, I remember now what these students were saying. This is the presence of a heavenly field. It was the presence of the medicine Buddha. And then when I had that aha moment, I felt and I saw it was actually not even my third eye. I saw with my physical eyes this beautiful presence of light in front of me. It was about this big. And it had the image, the shape of a Buddha within it. I was like, wow, this is the medicine Buddha. He came to visit me, to bless me. And then I just felt this huge light came into my heart center. And the heart center blasted open. And I just remember staying in this condition, like in silence, for about 2 minutes, where I just felt this incredible love and light coming into my heart. And then in that moment, I knew that the medicine Buddha was taking my spiritual channels to a whole new level, opening my heart center to really go to that next level of opening wider my spiritual channels. After about those 2 minutes, the medicine Buddha, the light just like turned off, and then he took off. It was such a sacred moment. But that was the moment that I realized that the spiritual channels are real. That is when I realized there is something physical, not just spiritual, there's something also physical, energetic, something you can feel with the spiritual channels. So from that moment, I gained more interest. This was about 20 years ago, roughly. And I gained more joy, really. I really love the spiritual channels. It's actually one of my favorite topics. But I gained that confidence from that experience that something profound can happen with your spiritual channels. And since then, of course, I've been on the journey of widely open my spiritual channels and training many students from around the world to open their spiritual channels. Many people have joined many of the workshops on awakening your spiritual channels throughout the world, and right away have great, profound experiences. They're able to more deeply connect with heaven, with the Tao source, with saints, with angels, with Buddhas. Why do you want to open your spiritual channels? Because they can guide our life. Imagine if heaven of saints and angels and Buddhas can guide our life. When we struggle with relationships, they can give us guidance how to be more loving, how to bring harmony, how to be more intimate. They can solve our relationship struggles. How we can bring healing and forgiveness to these relationships. Or maybe you're struggling with business and you want to know, I've tried this, my normal business, this is how I know it's supposed to work, but then there's a blockage. The saints, heaven can guide us in business. Try this. This could bring a great revenue for you. This is how you can have more clients, or this is where the blockage is in your business. If it's your health, the saints, the angels, and the Buddhas can guide us. What practices do we need to do to heal our physical body? So they heaven, Tao source, divine, the saints, the angels, the Buddhas can guide every part of our life. Now, I see many of you here. Many of you are Tao hands healers. This is Master Sha's first level healing program. But you may have other modalities that you've been trained in, Reiki. Maybe you've already worked with also opening your spiritual channels. But when you use your spiritual channels, they can guide your service. When you work with somebody, right away you could get messages on where you need to focus on your healing. Because many times I have many clients who come to me and they tell me, oh, I have knee pain. I have back pain. And then when I'm doing the healing, I'm receiving messages. There's also some blockages in this part of the body. Offer them a healing also for sadness and grief. So our spiritual channels also empower us to become better healers, to offer better service to others. So it's a great way to be empowered in this way. So it will make you actually a more powerful healer if your spiritual channels are opened. And we, of course, we want to widely develop them. We want to become fluent with our spiritual channels. Not just like occasionally see a third eye image or occasionally receive a message. We want to be very fluent. So every moment of your life, every day of your life, you are actually in tune, in connection with your spiritual channels, and they can guide every part of your life. Also for teaching, for those of you who are teachers, your spiritual channels can guide your teaching. Okay? What do you need to teach in the class? What are some of the best practices to do? So really, the spiritual channels will guide every part of life. Okay? Okay, wonderful. Now, today we're going to be doing a lot of, we're going to actually pick a few of you to receive a message from heaven today. So I'll let you know when we're going to do that. But I'm going to bring one student who has taken this program, Awaken Your Spiritual Channels, and they're going to share their experience. We're going to bring on Daniela first. Daniela, if you could bring on Daniela, and she could come on and share her experience. Daniela, if you could share.
Hi, Francisco. Thank you so much, and hi, everyone, tonight. So a wonderful introduction that Francisco shared, and that journey of opening up your spiritual channels, I feel, is so powerful, and it's so unique to everyone. So what Francisco shared and experienced is something that's so unique to him, and what you can experience is probably beyond what you can imagine right now, and you'll never really know until you go on the journey yourself. The way I see opening your spiritual channels, it's like coming home to a deeper part of yourself, the truer part of yourself. So that journey is unique for everyone. When I joined the program, I had already been working with people and with clients, and I wanted to deepen and strengthen the accuracy of my readings and of what I could share with my clients and also with myself. And I also wanted to share deeper wisdom of the soul's journey and of life. And I found that working with Master Sha's teachings and receiving so much guidance, so much powerful guidance and wisdom from Francisco, and doing the daily practices really offered me that, and offered my clients something that was so much more powerful than what I was offering them before. Doing this program puts you in touch with incredible spiritual guides. And if you know anything about spiritual guides, or if you're already in touch with your spirit guides and you want to deepen that conversation and that relationship, this program will help you do that in a very authentic and well-supported way. So I'm not sure how much more, Francisco, you want me to share. I don't want to take up too much time.
Great, no problem. Though I have a question for you, Daniela. So I met you not too long ago, Daniela. I remember when you started to come to our classes, and you actually already had your spiritual channels open before coming to me. Can you share from someone who already had their spiritual channels open? What was it like for you? Like, why would somebody want to repeat like a practice or training that you already actually had? You actually came with your spiritual channels open.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
Yeah, thank you.
How did it benefit you? For
sure. So I had my spiritual channels open since I was a child, but I didn't realize it. Truthfully, I thought it was what everybody experienced. But the other thing that I realized throughout my life is that my channels could open and close. My accuracy could increase and decrease. And I started to recognize that there was a pattern, but I didn't necessarily know how to maintain that consistency. And I also didn't know what practices to use to deepen my accuracy. And I know there are a lot of teachers out there, there are a lot of programs out there, people teaching intuition. But please don't mind my cat. Sometimes she wants to join in on the conversation.
Actually wants to give you a message.
Sometimes it sounds like she's in pain. Like I need to tell people, like, no, that's her sound. I don't know how she turned into habit. So for me, it was really important to work with someone who I could feel through my own channels was a pure channel and had a lot of integrity. And, I don't want to speak badly about anyone who's teaching intuition, but I could just feel that there were some individuals who just weren't the most powerful teacher. And I feel that working with Master Sha's teachings and working with you, Francisco, and the other teachers that Master Sha has trained, there's so much purity and clarity that I feel complete trust. And I could finally just be present and know that everything that I'm learning and all the practices that I'm learning are the highest level practices and teachings. And that means a lot to me.
Great. Thank you, Daniela, for being here and sharing with us. Yeah, give Daniela a big hand. Amazing.
Thank you.
So for those of you who are already have your spiritual channels open, I work with many of Master Sha's teachers and students to really take their spiritual channels to that next level. Okay? What do you need to do? What practices do you need to do? I will help you to identify those blockages to really take those spiritual channels to reach a higher level accuracy, because that's what we want. It's easy actually to open your spiritual channels. That I can teach you very, very quickly. The next level is the accuracy. Okay, that you need to be in a special field, a special vibrational field. So where we use the Tao calligraphy healing field, a source healing field to transform the blockages in your spiritual channels. That will also be part of the course, Awaken Your Spiritual Channels. Okay, I'll share more about that in a moment. So over time, what I began to learn about my spiritual channels is that when I would connect with divine Tao source, there was my heart began to open. I really started to feel the love of heaven, of the Tao source, and that became very, very beautiful. And then that love just poured out from my heart to those who were receiving the messages. Okay, so we're going to bring one more person on, and then I'm going to do actually a demonstration. So as this next person is sharing, I want you to go under comments and tell me if you would like to receive a message from heaven, from a saint, an angel, or a Buddha, and for a particular question that you may have. Maybe it's about your spiritual journey. Maybe it's about a relationship with someone. Maybe it's a just general message. Okay, so you start to put that you would like to be a demonstration, and we're going to bring on Alex. Welcome, Alex. If you could mute yourself, Alex. Welcome.
Happy to be here and just share a little bit of my experience with the, I want to say Tao Soul Communicator because I've gone further with that. But the Awakening the Spiritual Channels program, the first one, I remember when the email came in, it was a no-brainer. I didn't even think about it. I just booked it and went forward. And it was Master Francisco teaching that. And I really always feel called. I feel like he calls me to do things, so I do them. And I remember I did it for myself. I was really going through a time of purification where there was a lot of information in the field from this life and many entanglement with some karma. And I just was feeling very unsafe, very ungrounded, especially because I work with clients as a spiritual healer and coach and helping them. So it really was more for me for safety than anything else. Safety and my own inner guidance to how to navigate my personal life, to be able to show up in serve of all integrity. And kind of like Master Francisco, I was expecting like it's going to be a journey. I'm going to have my channels open. And when I sit with the medicines, it's going to be so much more vivid and all these things. But the opposite. Everything is much more calm, clear. Everything is much more grounded and solidified when I feel it. There's that knowing, that understanding, and it actually made everything quite peaceful. And it's almost like going past the visualization and breaking that barrier and getting their information behind it and not even. So it's really powerful and profound. And then, of course, it just made such an impact in my life. And I remember there was one thing in specific that Master Francisco shared, and it had to do with the sharing of information and the difference between a dark and light channel. And it just completely changed the way that I communicate with myself, with my loved ones, with my clients, with my family, with my ex-partner, with everyone. And really, it really helped purify my throat chakra quite a bit, and to understand the vibration and just the karma that we can create with the words that we speak and the information that we share. And it was really profound, and it helped a lot, not only in my personal life, but of course with my work as well, and with people who are already, whether in my field or coming to my field. It also started to call in a new type of client, other healers, women who wanted to, whatever it was that I was learning, they wanted to know what was going on and how they could also find deeper alignment. So that happened. And then, yeah, now it's been this 7 months later, I've got my level 1 of Tao Soul Communication, and I'm going on to my next level, and I don't think I'm going to stop. So yeah, it was nothing less than a profound experience that, yeah,
Great.
I wouldn't redo.
Great,
or,
Alex.
Yeah, it's
So
beautiful.
I have a question for you, Alex.
Yep.
Have opening your spiritual channels further, has that helped you in business? Like, I know that you teach a lot and you have your own work that you do. Has that helped you in any way in the work that you're doing?
So sorry, my microphone's doing that weird robot thing again. Alexia, if you wouldn't mind typing in the chat the gist of what was asked, I would really appreciate it, because I really want to answer that question. I heard a little bit of it, and I'd really like to. Oh wait, hello.
Oh, so how has it helped you with business?
It's made the containers that I open significantly safer for everyone, because there's more understanding and there's more discernment with information given, because as we know, it's a divine responsibility to receive information and then have discernment over, is this safe to share or not. I remember even specifically with you, there's been too much purification for you right now, and that's all you've said. You know what I mean? So and I know there's more under there. So it's really made things a lot more safer. It's made the way in which I connect with clients more authentic. Like, I know immediately, like when someone's in my field, I'm immediately aware of, oh, okay, I have a contract with, is like what's under that contract to release enough blockages to have us come together in love, peace, and harmony to complete that, and let there be shared virtue, you know, with me offering and them receiving. And so it's made that quite fluid. It's really helped me step into that place of wealth and worth, and not, I have the ability to let go of all the fear and just do what I need to do.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Thank you, Alex, for joining us. Thank you for taking the time.
Of
Okay,
course.
sending you lots of love. Okay, so exciting. So I see here lots of people posting. Okay, so now before I'm going to pick one person, but I'm going to bring on one of our students who has been taking this training of awakening your spiritual channels. She's going to pick the first person. So Alexia, I want to bring you back on, and I want you actually to pick someone, scroll through that, and I would like you to do the first spiritual message. Connect with your spiritual channels to give a message from heaven, a saint, a Buddha that comes through, okay? And maybe you could also share a few things about the training that you've had over the past few years since we met on Awakening Your Spiritual Channels.
Wow, thank you so much, Francisco. This is amazing. And do you want to stay on here on screen or go backstage? How should we coordinate this?
You could go. I could go backstage for now.
I don't.
You're doing the flow.
Oh, I'm doing the flow. Okay. So thank you so much for the opportunity to share. This is awesome because this is such an amazing course, and Francisco is the ultimate teacher to experience this with. It is absolutely extraordinary and totally life transforming. And it has impacted all areas of my life: health, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, relationships, and helped me to more deeply understand my own heart and soul and path and purpose in this lifetime. And I really believe that it will do that for you as well. When you connect to your spiritual channels and you open them further and you develop them and you open your heart and you just connect to all these different layers of information, especially positive information when you're in the field of the Tao calligraphy healing field, that can just uplift and totally transform your life in every single way. And Francisco guides us with so much love and compassion and so much wisdom. And it's just absolutely a dream come true. And so we'll do a flow for someone who would like a flow. And I see there's lots of people sharing, so thank you so much. And someone that is jumping out is Nisha Patel. So we'll do a flow for Nisha. And if there's like a specific someone specific from a spiritual realm that you would like a flow from, please share. And otherwise we can do a flow straight from the Tao source. In the Tao calligraphy healing field, we connect to Tao, the ultimate source, the creator of everyone and everything. And also Erie shares here, learning the Basque from Francisco Quintero. I was trained by him and it changed my life and the way I do everything. So we're going to do a flow now for Nisha. So Nisha, at this time, you can connect, close your eyes, and actually everyone, if you want to close your eyes and just connect in your heart and your soul to receive this message from the Tao source. And so this will be a special message for you at this time, Nisha. How? This is a message from the Tao source for beloved Nisha. Dear one, you are most loved and blessed. On this day, you have a new pathway opening in your heart and soul. You have been experiencing some challenges in your life at this time. And these challenges are lessening on this day. There is an opening for you to see, similar to being in a room, opening a door to see outside of that room. It is as if your consciousness is expanding. It is as if a doorway has opened to a new realm of possibilities. Imagine living your life inside of one home, only to open the door and realize there is an entire world. Sunshine, moonlight, oceans, fresh air, so many other people, places, animals, plants, and much more. This is a type of opening that is happening for you at this time. Imagine what that could be like. It could be shocking. It could be surprising. It could be many feelings in your heart. But the one that is the truest at this time is the expansion of your heart and soul, and the recognition of your truest soul's potential, which is, dearest one, unlimited. You are most loved and blessed, and I send you my greatest blessings on this day for your soul's journey. How? So, thank you so much, Nisha. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Divine Tao Source, for this message, and welcome you to share in the chat if you have anything you'd like to share about that message.
Great. Okay, very good. Alexia, what is the most funnest part about this program for you?
Oh my gosh.
Awakening your spiritual channels.
There is so much fun. One of the funnest parts would probably be just recognizing like this is a part of us, and then realizing and being able to share it with other people like today. And then when they say something that resonates, it's like, wow, it's shocking because it's not us. It's just the flowing through the message. So when you share something with someone, like one of the things that I think has been the most fun is just being in a social situation or being with friends or family, and they're sharing something, and then something's shared and it resonates, and they're like, oh, cool. Like I didn't think about it like that, or this or that. And it's like, oh, whoa, that's amazing. So it's really fun to be able to be a channel for messages.
Great, beautiful. So I see. Welcome, Stephanie. She said, I actually found this live and wow. And then she said later, it was a beautiful message. Andrea, that was beautiful. Alexia, thank you for the service. Congratulations, Nisha. Okay, so continue to share, everybody. So we're going to pick one more person to be a demonstration where I'm going to do a message from heaven for you. Okay, so continue writing if you want to be a demo. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm here from Master Sha Tao Centres in Toronto, and one of our signature programs, Awaken Your Spiritual Channels, will be starting at the end of April. So I'm going to share with you what that program consists of. Okay, so give me 1 second. And that way you could familiarize yourself with this program. Okay, so it's called Awaken Your Spiritual Channels. Okay, and the program includes a few things. There is going to be some wisdom sessions. So this is where Cher, Alan, myself will give you the teachings, the wisdom about the spiritual channels, how to work with the spiritual channels, how to quickly develop them. So as you can see, there's 6 classes, 2 hours each. They are recorded. So even if you're working, you get to watch the recordings of that. So it doesn't matter which time zone you live in, Australia and Europe, wherever you are around the world, you can join live with us from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. But if you're not able, they're all recorded. And one of the favorite parts is number 2, is that not only are you going to get the wisdom, you are going to be every single day, Monday through Friday, for 4 weeks, getting daily practice. That actually is a very significant part of the program. It's easy to teach you the wisdom, but you need the practice. So this program includes all of that, Monday through Friday. We're going to be doing daily practice. That's over the phone line, so you'll get a phone line to connect to do these practices. And then every day, you're going to do practices to receive a message from a saint, an angel, a Buddha, okay? So they're going to get all the audio and video recordings. You're going to get a special sacred spiritual light treasure. It's a transmission of light to help develop your spiritual channels. Think of like this treasure that's going to blast your spiritual channels open further. And then the last one, any handouts that you will get throughout the course. Okay, so that is our signature program here from Toronto. So I'll come back to that one in a minute. Give me 1 second here. I see that you were not able to see it. Okay, so I still got to learn how to put it on screen then, but I think you all heard the points, everyone. Great. Okay, so so this signature program will start at the end of April. Now, see, some of you have taken this program before, but the more that you're in the field, the more that these blockages can transform, okay? So we're going to bring on another guest, and she's going to share her experience. I met this person several years ago, actually, and she began to take my classes on opening the spiritual channels. And she's very, very powerful now for giving messages from heaven. So let us bring you on, Ila.
Hello, Francisco. Welcome, everyone. It's such an honor to be here. I'm so excited about this program. So for myself, as a young child, and I hope this resonates with many of you, I did have open spiritual channels. And, over time, time blocks you. And so actually it was Francisco was my first teacher. He really saw my potential and he brought it out, and he is an amazing teacher, and I've learned to open my spiritual channels with him. For me, wherever he did open spiritual channels or anything to do with spiritual channels, I traveled. So if he did it, he came to Europe. He was in Europe at that time, and then he did one in Belgium, Netherlands. I flew over to do it. That's how inspired I was, because I knew this was the pathway for us to end suffering. When we can have a deeper connection with heaven, we can really, really serve on a bigger scale. We can help people. We can really bring about a greater quality of love. You know why? Because when we connect with heaven, the love of heaven comes through us and it flows through us. So whenever Francisco did the anything to do with spiritual channels, I jumped on. Even I did a Tao Source Communicator program, but then after that he did a program called Awaken Spiritual Channels, pretty much like what the 6-week program is going to be like. It is so powerful. It is so powerful. For me, I encourage everyone, whatever Francisco does a program around spiritual channels, you just jump on and take it, because he has such highly developed channels that help you then highly develop yours. I know that I couldn't have done this or been in this space without the guidance, the teachings of Francisco, and this program was so amazing. The connection in the group, the way, he held us all together, the way we were all joined as a group to help and serve each other, support each other. We received so many blessings and so much more. It's beyond powerful. It's changed my life. It really has changed my life. It's lessened suffering. We all suffer in some way or another, whether it's some trauma or whether it's some blockages that is going on in our life. When we have a deeper connection with the higher field vibration of, heaven, we really, really can feel the highest quality of love. So, I say to every one of you, just don't think about this, just do this. It's so life transforming and you will really enjoy it. It's such a fun program, because to open your channels like this, when it's joyful, when it's fun, and, Francisco is a very joyful teacher. Cher, Alan, they are just so amazingly joyful. The joy will help us transform and to have a deeper connection with heaven. So I'm so very grateful. Thank you for being able to share this. And, I hope every one of you can experience what I've experienced. Thank you.
Thank you. And Ela, what was the part of your training that you felt was the best part of the program? Or, what practices or experiences?
What I found about the practices is actually just as a group doing foundational practices. The foundational practices were key. When we do it in a group together like this, we really, really, really develop fast. So that was very, very powerful for me. And also the other thing, about powerful, that everybody had an opportunity to share, to give some guidance, to share what they saw. It was very interactive. So I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the interactiveness. I enjoyed the group dynamics. I enjoyed how, we could do the practices for such a long period and transform. So that was really amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Ela, for taking the time. I know it's late for you, but thank you for being here. We're very inspired by you. Thank you. Okay. Wonderful. So, as you can see, so many people have benefited from awakening your spiritual channels. Richie has posted the link there so you could read the link about the program that will start at the end of April. All the components of the program are there so that you can learn about it. So I'm now going to pick someone, okay? Give me 1 second. I'm just going to scroll here through all the names. I see Gloria says, I just signed up. I try never to miss a class on opening the spiritual channels, especially when Francisco is teaching. Thank you, Gloria, for joining. Okay, so give me 1 second. Arlene said, oh, I love the idea of daily practice. Yes, daily practice is actually a key to awaken your spiritual channels very quickly. Okay, so let me see who will be the lucky demo. I noticed that Stephanie is new here. So she said, I'd love to try. So Stephanie, I'm going to connect with heaven to give you a message, Stephanie. And thank you for joining us. Your soul guided you to be here. So why doesn't everybody just close your eyes and connect with your heart, your soul, and just feel the message? When we give a message through our spiritual channels, it's also healing us. It's healing our heart. So just close your eyes and receive the message. So this is for Stephanie. So this will be a general message, Stephanie. We'll just see what heaven has to say for you. And it's going to be from the Tao source. Okay, so let us all close our eyes and connect to Tao source. How? This is the Tao source. Our most beloved Stephanie, your soul is very deeply grateful deeply grateful to the divine, deeply grateful to the Tao source, deeply grateful to your ancestors, deeply grateful to your parents and all those in your life. The quality of gratitude is within your heart. Gratitude has transformed your life in many ways. Embrace this quality to help guide every part of your life. Your soul has been on a spiritual journey many lifetimes, seeking for the truth, seeking the wisdom to awaken the heart, not only of yourself, but to awaken others. Your heart and soul are full of light. Your heart and soul is ready to move forward in a new direction that will guide you to the light, that will guide you to bring love and light to others. It is your deepest calling and passion to bring love and light to others. You, my dear one, are also a healer within you. The healer within you is awakening further and further. Heaven is with you, and know that this is only the beginning of beautiful things to come for you in your spiritual journey. You are most loved and blessed, the Tao Source. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you, Tao Source. Okay, Stephanie, please share. How did you enjoy the message? Okay, we would love to hear back from you. So Harmony Healer has a question. They're in a program and they're saying it's running simultaneously. So if you have other commitments, know that this program is recorded. So and it does have it's a short program, 6 weeks. But even if you're taking other programs, I highly recommend it for you because I've had many years of experience coaching others, mentoring others, doing practices to quickly allow you to reach a higher level of accuracy. Okay, that's one of the specialties that I have, as Alexia mentioned, is really taking you to that next step in your growth and development. Okay, now that was Yasuki. Yasuki, yes, I would highly recommend it for you, Yasuki. Okay, very important. Now, we have some exciting news. Now, we want you to continue to learn how to awaken your spiritual channels. So we have a special program. We're going to post the link there. It's a masterclass that is for free for everyone. Okay, this is a complimentary masterclass on that will help you to deepen the knowledge of the spiritual channels. Okay. It's going to be there's 3 dates, okay? April 15th, 16th, and 17th, okay? From 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern time. It's also recorded, okay? But in this masterclass, Cher, Alan, 2 of my colleagues, certified master teachers, will also be teaching. And we're going to continue to give you more wisdom. Learn about, in this new era of communication, why is this a special new time period where we need to learn how to use our spiritual channels? How we can create a foundation for our heart and soul to receive these messages from heaven, and living a life of deeper connection. So this is a free complimentary class, a master class, and there'll be a follow-up Q&A session. We're going to post the link there, and continue to join us, to be with us, to learn more, and then invite your friends, family members. If anybody you know is interested in the spiritual channels, share this link with them. It's going to be a free class, okay? Looking very forward to that. So Stephanie said, I don't know how to properly explain it. It was very powerful. Yes, sometimes that's how things work. You don't really understand exactly what's happening, but the power that comes through these messages. Stephanie continued to say, thank you so much. My soul was deeply touched tonight. Congratulations, Stephanie. Yes, join us, be with us. Earlier, she said, I was reading it backwards for Stephanie. She said, it brought a feeling of peace. It also brought tears to my eyes. The message reflected my journey so far. I've been searching, and it was just like peace and love washed over me. Yes, give Stephanie a big hand. Beautiful. That's exactly. I mentioned the spiritual channels. One of the things that I like about the spiritual channels is that it brings a deep level of healing, not only to my life, but when people receive these messages. If you receive the proper training to widely open your spiritual channels, these messages become healing messages. And they really can help us to flourish. Whenever we're stuck, whenever our mind is just thinking over and over, trying to make things work, and you can't find the right way to do things, and you did everything that you can in the normal human realm, it's because now we need the guidance from heaven, divine Tao source to guide us. Those messages bring about profound healing and transformation. So join me for Awaken Your Spiritual Channels. I love this program. You will have moments of heart-opening tears. You will have fun. You will have joy. And you will open your spiritual channels. Every time I see, you will open your spiritual channels. For those of you who have already opened spiritual channels, you will continue to clear the blockages to develop them even further to reach a higher level of accuracy. So don't miss that. Awaken Your Spiritual Channels. And I said this is our signature course, and we're going to do our best to give you everything to make sure you are successful throughout the program. And then we'll also connect with special calligraphies that from Master Sha Tao Centres in Toronto to deepen your practice, to open your spiritual channels further. Okay, so you're not going to want to miss that, everyone. So I see lots of congratulations to everyone. So Richie has posted the masterclass, the free 3-day masterclass. So click the link, join, share that link with as many people as possible so they can experience also transformation there. Okay, great. Mark said, looking forward to this class. Very exciting. Yes, it's one of my favorite exciting classes. So I thank you all, and I look forward to being with you all and awaken your spiritual channels. Be with us in the masterclass. Don't miss it. Share it with your friends, family members. And who knows, maybe somebody new will come like Stephanie and really feel the power of these messages through the spiritual channels. So thank you, everyone. I love you all, and I look forward to being with you. And we'll bring back Alexia for any final words. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Francisco. Thank you so much, everybody. This was absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh, we had so many beautiful sharings from Ela, Daniela, Alexandra, and of course, Francisco, who's guiding us with this amazing program. You must check it out. Please click the link in the description for more information. Join the masterclass. Join our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group, and we're going to be moving this show actually into the Facebook group. So next week, our Experience the Power of series will be live in the Facebook group. So be sure to join that group. and access all of this amazing wisdom, practices, blessings, and so much more. So thank you, everyone. Love you, love you, love you. And we'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.